What's up YouTube? I am at All In Skatepark in Canada, and it is Web Edit Wednesday, where I go through all my tricks in Web Edit 3 and I tell you the stories behind it. This week we have the Backflip to Nosemanual to Inward In that I did at Frankston Skatepark in Melbourne, and it's quite a doozy. It took me probably at least 200 tries to land, so this is a big one. So the idea for this trick came from my Web Edit 2 clip where I did backflip to hang 5 to whip in. That was kind of the first time I ever thought to do a backflip and land on my front wheel. Here's the clip. Yes! Oh my God! So as you can see, I was ecstatic about that clip. I mean, I tried it about 100 times, I think. I finally landed it, couldn't even do a flare after it. I was just that stoked. And then I fist pumped my friend and I punched his hand because I was just that stoked. But that was in July 2011. So that was 6 years ago now, so a long time ago. And just from then on, I wanted to progress it and see what more I could do with a flip to Nosemanual trick. So obviously flip to hang 5 is a lot easier than flip to Nosemanual, so that was my next goal, but I didn't really think that if I didn't do a trick out of it, it wasn't really Web Edit 3 worthy. So I did release an Instagram clip. It was in 2014 in April, and I just did my first ever backflip to Nosemanual, and that was about it. I didn't do anything in, but here's the clip.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much more difficult it is to do the backflip to Nosemanual rather than a backflip to hang 5. I think it's because when you do the hang 5, obviously when you land, you're not stiff. In a Nosemanual, you're kind of stiff. You can't swing your leg. And being able to swing your leg in that hang 5 makes it like 10 times easier to get it. So I definitely wanted to get a backflip Nosemanual combo for Web Edit 3, and I wasn't looking for a backflip hang 5 combo just because I knew how much more the difficulty went up for the Nosemanual trick, and I knew I could get it. So I think it was, January 2015, I started trying to do a backflip Nosemanual combo. Originally, I thought I would do a backflip Nosemanual to 360 in, and that's what I thought would be a Web Edit 3 worthy trick. So here's 2 clips of me trying to get backflip to Nosemanual to do a combo in. It was at Caloundra, so I was just thinking what I could do into a 4-foot quarter. So I couldn't really do an inward there. I was thinking I could just do a 360 and maybe I'd fluke it. So I just gave it a go, and here's some clips of what happened.
Fucking hell.
So as you can see, I was trying to land Nosemanual, but what happens is, sometimes I land so hard that it nearly makes me fall forward, so I have to take my foot off and I just go into hang 5, and basically that's what happened in that clip. And a real problem that I ran into when I was doing these flip to Nosemanual tricks is that I would land so hard that my clamp would bend, or my bars would bend, or my front wheel would actually squish down and have a flat spot. Not because I've skidded or anything, but because I land so hard on my front wheel that it ovalizes the wheel. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. I wanted to do this Web Edit Wednesday in the skate park, but there obviously is campers riding, and I've been here all week teaching them, but I thought it'd be cooler to do this video in the skate park. So at the end of 2015, in December, I found a new spot to try this backflip Nosemanual combo, and it was at Frankston Skatepark in Melbourne. It has I would say 14-foot bowl, and it's vertical, and it just made it easier. Obviously it's a really hard ramp to flip out of, but when you do it properly, it's kind of like a step up. So what I would do, I would backflip from the bottom, and I would miss the rest of the transition, and then I would land up the top, and it would feel like I land a lot smoother than just fly out of the 9. Even out of the 9-foot at Caloundra, I would skip the top of the ramp and try to skim it, so you land smooth, but you have to land leaning forward like you're gonna fall over. And that's what I would do when I would do this trick. I would be like, all right, Ryan, next one, you're just falling over. You're falling forwards. You have to fall forwards. And that was like the mentality I had to have to get this trick done, because if you go into it just trying to land nose manual, you would always just put your back wheel down. I mean, you have to lean so far forward to stop the rotation of the backflip and then just land on that one wheel and stay forward. So here's me trying the backflip to nose manual to inward in at Frankston. I tried a hell of a lot the first time, and you'll see by the last clip how over it I was in the end.
Play another game of skate though.
So the thing that surprised me most about these attempts was the fact of how high I was actually going when I was flipping to the nose manual. Like some of the ones that I actually got into the nose manual, I was like 3 feet up landing on one wheel, and I just don't know how I was doing that at all. You can see in the last attempt, I fall forward and I like punish myself. I was so angry that I didn't just land it on that attempt. So I like pushed my face into the ground. But I like laughed about it after, but I was just so angry because I tried so hard, but I just didn't get it. So I'm positive I took 3 trips to Melbourne to land this trick. I know that I didn't just go there just to land the Web Edit clip, but I went there for Moomba and stuff like that for Mad Gear. But every time I went to Frankston, I would try to get this clip because it was just a dream clip for me. And I finally ended up getting it on the 11th of March 2016. So that's kind of recent for like a Web Edit 3 clip. Most of my other clips have been a couple of years ago, but this one was just 1 year ago. But it did take me a long time and a few years to get. So here's the attempts. So as you can see, I'm getting real frustrated, but the thing is I'm landing a backflip to nose manual, and that's literally the hardest part of this trick. And to stack the inward in, or like land one foot on the inward in, it was just the worst feeling because I knew how close I was to just stomping this clip and getting it done, and I would just be landing the hardest part and stacking the easiest part, even though the easiest part obviously isn't easy. It's an inward in from nose manual, but it's definitely the easiest part of the trick. I think that day, it was about 100 attempts in, and I finally stomped the backflip to nose manual to inward in. And then after the clip, you'll see at the end, I tried to do a 540 downside full heel, I think it was, but I just had no energy left to try it. But anyway, here is the backflip to nose manual inward in from Web Edit 3.
Yes, it counts.
Count?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fuck.
I don't know if you can all tell, but I was so relieved to finally get that trick. It was so long in the making. I mean, technically it was 5 years in the making because obviously I did the backflip to hang 5 in 2011 and then finally landed this clip in 2016. So 5 years in the making to do that trick, and I was stoked that I got it clean, and I think it was a major clip in Web Edit 3. Oh, and you know I went straight to my laptop and was like, lock the clip, save it, lock it down. I copied it 5 times so I wouldn't lose it. Alright, so that's it for this week's Web Edit Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and get ready for next week's Web Edit Wednesday, where I do the 270 backflip down a street rail. I think it was like a 14 or 15 stair rail, so that was a big one for me. I'm not usually too much into street, but I definitely wanted to get something big done for Web Edit 3, and I think that was probably one of my best street clips. So stay tuned for that, and subscribe, thumbs up this video for the Backflip Nosemanual inward in, and how many attempts it took me and I finally prevailed. But I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.